The old graveyard lay quiet. Ancient oaks stood sentinel, their branches twisted like gnarled fingers. They clawed at the sky, casting long, eerie shadows across the weathered tombstones. The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of damp earth and forgotten memories. Whispers seemed to dance on the wind, whispering tales of those laid to rest beneath the cold ground. This was the final resting place of Uncle Freddie. No birds sang here. Only the rustle of leaves and the occasional groan of an old tree broke the silence. The townsfolk steered clear, their faces grim as they hurried past. They knew the stories. They remembered Uncle Freddie. They spoke of his grave with a mixture of fear and respect. Their voices hushed as if afraid to wake the dead. Zacchaeus, a boy of 13, stood at the edge of the graveyard. He was all lanky limbs and nervous energy, his eyes bright with a dangerous curiosity. Unlike the other townsfolk, Zacchaeus wasn't afraid. He was drawn to the forbidden, his young mind unable to fully grasp the weight of the warnings whispered about Uncle Freddie. "Don't go near that place," his mother had warned, her voice trembling, "especially not Freddie's grave. Disturb him and you'll regret it." His father, a man of few words but strong convictions, had simply shaken his head, his eyes dark with unspoken fear. "Leave the dead in peace," he'd muttered, his voice gruff with warning. But Zacchaeus couldn't resist. The more they warned him, the stronger his desire to see for himself. What was it about Uncle Freddie that instilled such fear in everyone? Was he really cursed? Did he truly haunt the graveyard, seeking revenge on those who dared disturb his slumber? Days turned into weeks, the warnings echoing in Zacchaeus' ears, yet fueling his curiosity. He found himself drawn back to the graveyard, each visit bringing him closer to Freddie's grave. He stood there now, shovel in hand, his heart pounding in his chest. One question gnawed at him, louder than any warning. What secrets lay buried beneath the cold earth? The first thud of the shovel against the earth sent a jolt of fear through Zacchaeus. He hesitated, the warning screaming in his mind, but it was too late. He had started, and now he had to see it through. The air grew colder, the whispers louder, as if the graveyard itself was urging him to stop, to turn back before it was too late. The earth was harder than he expected, each shovelful requiring more effort. But he persisted, driven by a force he couldn't name. Finally, the shovel hit something solid. With trembling hands, Zacchaeus dropped the shovel and began to claw at the earth, his breath catching in his throat as he felt something cold and unyielding beneath his fingers. Section 5, Helena's Wroth. He wasn't prepared for what he saw next. It wasn't a skeleton, a decaying corpse that he unearthed. No, it was something far more terrifying. As the last of the earth fell away, a figure slowly rose from the grave. It wasn't Uncle Freddie. It was something else, something twisted and wrong. Its eyes glowed with an eerie light, piercing through Zacchaeus' soul. Its skin, stretched taut over a skeletal frame, shimmered like moonlight on water. Its voice, when it spoke, was a raspy whisper sending shivers down Zacchaeus' spine. "You have disturbed my rest, little one," it hissed, its voice dripping with venom, "and now you shall pay the price." Section 6. A Shadow's Embrace. Terror pure and primal seized Zacchaeus. He scrambled back, his screams lost in the wind. The figure, now towering over him, moved with an unnatural grace, its long skeletal fingers reaching for him. "Who are you?" Zacchaeus stammered, his voice choked with fear. "They called me Freddie," the creature rasped, its voice echoing with a chilling laughter. "But I am Helena now, reborn of your disrespect, and you, child, will be my instrument of vengeance." Its cold, bony fingers closed around Zacchaeus' wrist, its grip like a vice, inescapable. His struggles were useless. He was trapped, his fate sealed. Section 7. The Weight of Regret. As Helena dragged him deeper into the graveyard, Zacchaeus' fear morphed into a chilling dread. The whispers of the wind seemed to mock him, echoing his parents' warnings. He had been foolish, arrogant. Now he was paying the price. The graveyard, once a place of quiet sorrow, pulsed with a malevolent energy. Shadows danced around them, taking on grotesque shapes, their silent laughter echoing in Zacchaeus' ears. He wanted to scream, to beg for forgiveness, but the words died in his throat. He was lost, swallowed by the darkness he had unleashed. Section 8. Whispers of Warning. Helena stopped before a freshly dug grave, its dark maw gaping open like a hungry beast. Zacchaeus struggled against her grip, his heart pounding against his ribs, but his efforts were futile. He was powerless against her supernatural strength. "This is your doing, child," Helena hissed, her voice cold and sharp as shards of ice. "You have awakened me, and now you shall join me in my eternal slumber." Her grip tightened on his arm, her touch sending icy shivers down his spine. He was going to die, buried alive in this unholy ground. And the worst part? It was all his fault. Section 9. The cycle continues. Zacchaeus closed his eyes, tears streaming down his face. He didn't want to die, not like this. He wanted his mother, his father. He wished he had listened. As Helena prepared to cast him into the open grave, the wind seemed to carry a new whisper, a chilling prophecy. What is done cannot be undone, but it can be repeated. The whispers grew louder, swirling around the graveyard, a chorus of voices repeating the same chilling phrase. Zacchaeus' heart sank. He was going to die, but his disobedience would have consequences far beyond his own demise. Section 10. Respect for the silent. Zacchaeus' fate serves as a chilling reminder to all who dare disrespect the sanctity of the graveyard. The tale of his demise is whispered on the wind, a cautionary tale passed down through generations. It serves as a stark warning: some lines are not meant to be crossed, some slumbers not to be disturbed. The graveyard stands silent, a testament to the consequences of unchecked curiosity and disrespect. Beneath the ancient oaks and weathered tombstones, secrets lie buried, guarded by the whispers of the wind and the watchful gaze of Helena. Remember Zacchaeus' fate and heed the silent plea of the dead. Let them rest in peace.